Arrived in France amid heightened security following 3 bomb blasts in the Belgian capital of Brussels this morning. President Zuma will co-chair the official launch of a UN high-level commission on health, employment and economic growth tomorrow. Brussels is on lockdown tonight. 3 days of national mourning will start tomorrow. The blasts drew immediate condemnation from the international community, including the United States, France and Turkey. Pope Francis slammed the coordinated explosions as blind violence. At least 35 people are believed to have died in the attacks, 2 at the Zaventem International Airport and a 3rd at the Maalbeek metro station. An estimated 200 people have been injured. The blasts come 4 days after the arrest of Salah Abdeslam, the surviving suspect in last year's Paris attacks. Eyewitnesses say that they could feel the Zaventem airport building move as 2 bombs exploded. Police later found a Kalashnikov assault rifle next to the body of an attacker. An unused explosive belt was also found nearby. A 3rd blast occurred as a train left Maalbeek station heading to the city centre. Police believe that 1 bomb might have been detonated by a suicide bomber. All public transport in Brussels was shut down following the attack and extra police were called in. Belgium's Prime Minister Charles Michel called it a black day for the country. Britain, Germany, France and the Netherlands have announced extra security measures at their airports as well as their borders. Well, our reporter Jack Parrock is in Brussels and he joins us now to give us an update. A very good evening to you, Jack. And I guess that this is as much a shock to the people of Belgium as it is to you, because these blasts happened quite close to your offices.
Indeed, so the door to my office is just here, and the Maalbeek station is just about 400 metres down the road from where I'm stood here. It's an incredibly shocking set of events here in the Belgian capital. We now know that these attacks have been claimed by the so-called Islamic State group, or Daesh, so we are expecting to hear some pretty direct links to the arrest of Salah Abdeslam, the Paris attacker who was caught in the Molenbeek area of this city 4 days ago on Friday. But obviously at the moment the concern is for the families of the people that live in this city that have been affected by these attacks. This is affecting us all directly. A friend of mine was on the metro that entered into Maalbeek station when that bomb went off. He luckily managed to escape unharmed, but clearly this is affecting us directly as people, the people that live live and work here in Belgium.
I know that in situations like this, details sort of flow through the day. It's a fluid set of circumstances in terms of figures. But do we actually know at this stage the number of people that have died and those that have been injured?
So we think it's in excess of 34 people and probably another 200 injured, and many of those injured, we think at least 10 or 20 of them are gravely injured and are thought to be fighting for their lives. So we are expecting the death toll to rise somewhat. Clearly this is an ongoing situation, and those who have sustained injuries have been taken to hospitals. There have been very unnerving reports of follow-up attacks, but at the moment they appear to have not actually materialised, and it was just these 2 blasts at Zaventem Airport, which is the main airport, only 11 kilometres from probably where I'm stood now, and here 1 blast at the Maalbeek station.
So with ISIS claiming responsibility, are people starting to piece together whether this was a revenge attack for the arrest of this terror leader? Or, I mean, one would imagine this kind of attack would take months to prepare.
Indeed, so we don't know too much about those direct links at the moment, but we did hear after Salah Abdeslam was arrested on Friday, the Belgian Prime Minister Charles Michel said that they were certain that further operations needed to be conducted to try to dismantle a terror cell that was operating out of Brussels. Now, we don't know how intense or how strong their warnings were, but for the civilian population of this city, following the arrest of Salah Abdeslam, I would have suggested that potentially people thought thought that this was something that could have calmed down a little bit. Lots of people have been tweeting out, we should have known about this, we should have expected it. But obviously at the moment, the main concern is just to work out what's happened and try to see whether the people that were severely injured in these attacks, whether they can pull through.
All right. OK, we're going to leave it there for the time being. Jack will continue to cross to you and get updates as more information starts to come through. But thank you for filling us in at this time. All right, that was Jack Parrock talking to us live from Brussels. And